What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Life's a Dance podcast. I am your host, Trey Culata. Thank you, as always, for pressing play and supporting not only the channel, but your own personal journey as we work together to untangle the inner workings of the human mind, our own personal stories, and how that helps us live our most authentic lives, be our most authentic selves, and live up to our highest potentials. So, again, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the show. So today I can only describe what I'm about to discuss as a deeply profound spiritual experience during my meditative practice this morning, which I felt compelled to share. And it was kind of crazy because, as most of you know, I've been on kind of a spiritual journey for the past year and a half, 2 years, and really getting in touch with my ability to connect with the source and the universal network of intelligence, right? So a higher power, whatever you want to call it, God. But for me, it's a network of energy, which resonates with truth. And if you listen, if you take the time to quiet your mind, ask it questions and listen, you receive the answers. And sometimes the answers are very emotionally charged. I'll put it that way. So this morning, lately I've been the source has been telling me that I need to lean into trust, because for some reason there's still a part of me that does not believe on some level that miracles can happen and that I can create and design my life through the power of aligning with the vibrations of my higher self. And I know this to be true in my mind, but in my heart and my body, there's still some misalignment. So I could tell that there was something that I'm hanging on to, some program from my past, an emotion that's kind of almost like stuck to my body, right? Like metastasized to my spirit. So this morning, in an effort to continue to lean into trust and expect joy and good things to happen, I asked the source, why don't I believe? Why don't I truly believe in my heart that miracles can happen and that it is that easy to just align with the spirit and figure out your way and figure out your path? Why is there still this mental or physical block? I can feel it. What is it? And it said to me that there was still this scared little girl inside of me that was holding on to fear. And I saw that little girl in my heart and in my mind, and I started to cry. Just like I'm tearing up right now, because there's still some part of me that is scared to believe that I deserve happiness or that I deserve the things that I want in life. And I gave that little girl a hug, and I told her that it was okay and that she was safe. And it's okay to believe that you don't have to be scared of good things happening. Like, you don't have to know the outcome. And I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And I have been searching and trying to figure out what that part of me was for so long. And the source finally shone a light on that part of me that was this darkness that I needed to acknowledge. And I needed to tell that part of me that it was okay to let go. And I was finally able to start the healing process. I don't know that I've fully, released that part of me, but at the end of my meditation practice, the source gave me the message that I am healing. I have begun the process of healing. So whatever that means, at least I have I took the first step in letting this portion of me, this part of me that was hanging on to disbelief, know that it's okay to let go. And man, was it a load off. I feel lighter. I feel more attuned and aligned with just being open to whatever comes next. And that's a great feeling. But it's taken me all of 43 years of my life to finally sit down and realize that that was something that was deeply fucking seated in my spirit. And I'm so glad that I finally took the time to sit in the quiet, connect with the source, let it tell me what it was, and then have a chance to acknowledge that part of me that I needed to let go. So the healing has begun, guys. And I'm going to encourage you, because after I got done with that meditation practice this morning, I had some things to do, but I promised myself that I would share my story as quickly as possible while the emotions were still kind of fresh in my mind, because I want that energy to transfer to you in the form of inspiration, to sit down, take time to meditate, take time to quiet your mind, take time to connect to the source, because chances are if things aren't happening in your life that you want, there is some deep-seated energy that you, or emotional programming that you are still holding on to. Despite wanting to let go of it, you need to figure out what it is. You need to identify it. You need to give it a name. Mine came to me in the form of a scared little girl. She's cowering in the corner, right, with knees up and hugging, her knees in the dark shadows. And I had to go over to her and give her a hug, a mental, spiritual hug, and tell her that it was okay. I had no clue that that's how it was going to, appear to me, or that that's what I needed to see or, envision in order for me to work through this energy that's inside of me, and the mental blocks and the emotional blocks that I've been having to really leaning into trust and aligning with my purpose and next steps and in my journey, my spiritual journey. And because the more we peel away these layers, the more we discover who we really are on the inside. And doing this work is so important, because when you shed those kind of negative, limiting beliefs and emotions, you become more free. Your frequency increases, and you feel more peace and more inner joy and contentment with who you are. So again, I'm going to encourage you to sit down with yourself, make meditation, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, a regular practice, so that you can connect with your true self. Because when we close our eyes and we shut off the sensory overload that happens to us the entire time, basically, that we're awake, when we shut our eyes and close ourselves off from our main sense, which is our vision, we can connect with who we really are, which is the spirit that's inside. And I know it sounds woo-woo, and I know it sounds crazy and hippy-dippy, and you know what? I don't care. If you want to judge me for that, this may not be the podcast for you, because this is something that's quasi-new for me over the past 18 to 24 months. I'm loving it. I'm feeling great. And I'm able to now get to a point where I can identify things within me that I need to release. And it's such a good feeling. So what are you carrying around that you need to release? What limiting belief are you carrying around that you need to release? Let me know in the comments, and share this with somebody else who might be going through some type of struggle that they need to identify that part of them that they need to let go of. Because this is my mission, guys. This is my mission, is to help as many people as possible figure out who they truly are inside so that they're not afraid anymore to be themselves. And as much as people like to think that me, the person that I am, as extroverted as I am, that it's easy for me, it's not. And I'm going to be on this quest probably forever, because the journey of personal development is never over. It's always ongoing. It's one of those things where you got to enjoy the ride. And it's so interesting, the way that things happen and the way that things pop up. And anyhow, I'm just trying to dispense some knowledge. So, and the more people we can help, the better off we'll all be. So that's going to do it for today, guys. I love you all. Until next time, let's dance.